So this will be one of those walk and talk videos. We are going to venture down to Gordon Park. And a lot of history there. So right now we are on Wright Street where it dead ends. This is kind of cool, like an old manufacturing building. Little trail that goes down to the Oak Leaf Trail. And then down yonder there is the Milwaukee River. So Gordon Park is still in existence, but it was a very popular swimming location back in the day, early 1900s. They, oh, we're taking this trail. Okay. Whoa, little ice. Milwaukee River, Greenway. Steady there. Okay. Who doesn't love turtles? So, the missus, her mom grew up in this neighborhood on Gordon Place, and we will venture up to that street as well. So, but this is kind of cool. A little area that most people don't know about. Anyhow, so when there was a North Avenue dam, the water would obviously dam up and provide a swimming location. And so we're gonna go to the remnants or ruins of that area in a few minutes. So here is your Milwaukee River.
But when they wouldn't, when it was winter and there's stairs going all the way down there, they would ice skate.
That's right.
All along the Milwaukee River.
Wow, I did not see these stairs.
Yeah. So.
This is cool. Yeah, so they could ice skate on the river, which we will not be doing. It's a nice little walking path. It's amazing. It doesn't seem like the city at all when you're here. A little rustic.
Yes, it feels like you're...
Kind of cool. I hope this doesn't get developed. It's not a political statement. And this used to be all lined, that shoreline was lined with factories. You have down by downtown, the Schlitz Brewery. That was along the river. The Pabst was as well, a little further south. And then here you had things like tanneries, right? So that is making way for apartment buildings and condos, which is kind of cool. So why don't we go back to the main, let's go back to the main trail and we'll get to your mom's old street. And so we'll be right back. And we would be remiss if we didn't refer to the Beer Line Trail. So this was actually a railroad track. And so Beer Line Trail, why? Well, a lot of breweries, and the train would bring items to the breweries. Need to do a little more research on that, but something worth a Google, everybody. All right, carry on. All right, so we are maybe a little less than a quarter mile north. And you can see where the former train tracks were. And now we are trying to find the old street. The old street where Mom and Grandma used to live. Here we go. And their sisters. So it's kind of cool because if you think back, and that would have been what? 1930s, 40s, 50s, they grew up down here. That's St. Casimir, is that how you pronounce it?
St. Casimir,
yeah. Yep. Polish church on the
first Polish church.
North side here. Yeah.
So,
it's got a little wall. You got some ornamentation there at the tiles. Kind of cute. Yeah, you can kind of see, you know, industrial sector back there. In fact, that's a neat little trail to walk on as well. It's got like a nature area built up, which is neat. So we're going to go to the house where the family grew up. Which one do you think it is? With the green?
yeah.
That's really a cute house, isn't it? Wildlife habitat? Yeah, they're going to wonder why we're stalking them, but
So, I mean,
oh, cool.
that is a classic. I mean, you can just
Yeah.
This is a classic. Oh, what do they call
Don't
those?
get in my shot.
Polish what?
A Polish flat. So
Polish flat. So
what
they
would-
did. So you know, the grandparents lived way up on the 3rd floor,
Okay.
and then, you know,
These basements were elevated. That was the Polish
basements
flat
were
concept, so
elevated.
you
I
could
think
rent
there
out
was
the
a-
basement as well and make a little extra cash.
it was the aunt and uncle lived in there, and
Wow.
then you can barely see the yard. It's like, it's hard
cute.
to say it's a postage stamp of a yard.
Yep.
But back there were a bunch of cousins, and they would play in there. Probably like 15, 20 kids would play in that little lot. And then they'd come down, and they'd take the trail we took, and there were 2 train paths down there. And, yeah, that's where they
Kind of a neat front yard. I mean, there's not a lot of grass, but woodsy. And at the time, were there tracks down there, or was that just a walking trail?
No, there were 2 sets of tracks. And in fact, my mom
Wow.
got caught between 2 trains at one point.
Oh, that's right. You told me about that. That's pretty cool. All right, well, we are going to make the descent down in a moment. Thanks for sharing that. That is a pretty neat little history. And I was a Milwaukee Southsider, and so I didn't know a lot about what was going on up here in the north side.
Well, big Polish communities.
Yeah, and I always thought about the south side as where the Poles were, but they certainly were settling on the north side as well. I will try not to fall, although that might increase the entertainment value of the video. You're doing okay?
Yep.
All right. Nice. All right, so that's where we came from. It's kind of a view. All right, so we're another 1/4 mile or so down the path. Sorry for the jiggling there. I am trying to put a glove on because it is a little brisk, wouldn't you say?
Very brisk.
Muy frío.
It's biting.
It's biting, yeah. So anyhow, a little erosion going on there, but new construction. So we've kind of noticed some new construction along the way. And I don't know why I have a penchant for old buildings and graffiti, but it's just something I like. Probably wouldn't like it if it was my building, but you know. It's kind of a gorgeous day though. It is cold, but. So here is Gordon Park, correct? Very nice. Very nice.
To get to, I think this is I could be wrong. I think this is about where the Beer Line Trail ends.
Okay. Makes sense.
Or it runs into Oakley.
Okay. Well, this is pretty cool. Let's see, catch a kind of a nice view here. You know, that's one positive thing about walking around the city in the winter. And yeah, it's a little cold, but the sun's popping out. But you can see a lot farther. I've noticed that on some of the videos this winter. Juneau Park, right?
Yes. Yep.
It's kind of neat. Okay, so that's that Greenway trail. I'm just taking a peek. Okay. So we can do that sometime. Just a little more rustic, huh?
Yeah.
Unpaved. I would imagine bikes like going on there, like the dirt bikes.
Sure.
You will not see me doing that, but I can appreciate it. Again, there's the river down there. All right, so we're just going to go around the bend to the right. And then we'll show you kind of where the old swimming area was. All right, so that's where we came from. Again, we're doing like 1/4 mile increments, and I don't know if that's been planned, but I'm guessing it's about a 1/4 mile. And you said there's a trail here? But maybe no bueno at this point. Yep, paved. Paved sounds good. All right, we'll follow you. All right, so we're approaching the paved trail, and we are looking ahead at Locust Street And you go across the bridge, you'll see Riverside High School off in the distance there. Let's see if we can zoom in. There it is. And that'll ultimately take you to like Oakland Avenue and UW Milwaukee. And my understanding was that the train would come through and boy, there was some kind of station house over there on Locust that would stop traffic to allow the train through. And again, people who are more in depth on the history of Milwaukee probably shaking their heads right now like, man, you don't have all the details. I don't. You know, I love local history. I taught a class on local history, but I don't have details of certain neighborhoods like a lot of people might. So if you have anything to add, throw it in the comments, please. So it would have been a walk down here.
Yep.
And then there was actually, and I will pull up.
It was a substantial building.
Yeah, so I'll pull up, like, I think, was the building, hang just a sec there. I think the building would have been like here. There's the Locust Street Bridge. And so North Avenue was way down there, and the bridge, or the dam was just below the bridge. So this was all dammed up. And so, tell me if I'm wrong here. So that was the stairway down to the water.
Right, and the diving platform.
The diving platform. Okay. So you can see there's the river. But when the dam existed, all of that grass was water.
Right.
So pretty amazing. So I guess let's get closer. And try not to fall on my backside here.
I would probably
So
turn that off.
this had to be where that building, and again, I'll pull up some photos and throw them on the video as well.
Yeah.
But
Like
this had to be,
hundreds of kids would be down here a day. I mean,
yeah,
it was
like,
a big.
this is wild. Wow. Come down this way. You know, I'm going to hit pause for a sec, and maybe I'll insert a couple of pictures there, and then you can see how it looks now. So why don't we do that? All right, so here we are, the stairs. So these are the last remnants of the Gordon Park swimming area. Pretty incredible. And so, yeah, I hope I can find some good pictures. So the bridge, the wall, the stairs. Yeah. And then this would have been where the building was, the pavilion. So interesting. And so we would essentially have been standing in water right now, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Wow. Unbelievable. Well, let's take a hike out here. I'm gonna glove that hand again.
So there was kind of, as I understand it, an area that was, I assume it was just with like ropes.
Yeah.
To corral it off.
Okay.
Like, the mark where
Some stairs way out
how
there.
far you didn't want to go out.
Wow. Well, what's neat about this, I know you and I had visited this summer, but this would have been impossible to walk in.
Yeah.
Because this is all kind of wet, marshy. Hard to imagine this was all water that you could swim in. So let's take a look now. It's amazing because I've seen several pictures of this and it's just hard to imagine. All of that was there at one time. Pretty incredible. But so your mom and her sisters and all the kids in the neighborhood would come down here and
Yep.
recreate, right?
Yeah, they just walk down alone. And no adult
Amazing.
with you. You just
Hmm.
take your, have your swimsuit and your towel and,
This would have been cool.
yeah.
And I'm guessing that dam, and again, historians tell me if I'm wrong, I think that was, did Byron Kilbourne initiate that because he was going to make a canal that went all the way to the Rock River in Fort Atkinson, which would ultimately allow you to take a ship to the Mississippi and the Gulf of Mexico. And those plans went away. You now have, I think, Commerce Street where that canal was. I think it was about a mile long when it stopped. But yeah, that dam remained, and so this is a whole area to recreate. Well, I think that's a wrap, huh?
I think that's Gordon Park.
I think that's Gordon Park. All right, hope you enjoyed the video. Little bonus footage.